I picked radiography because it was the shortest degree in the book when I was in grade 12, and because I really had no idea what I wanted to do. Then during radiography, we do a lot of rotations in hospitals and in radiology clinics. I wanted to know more about these diseases that I was reading about on the patient request forms and be more centrally involved in the patient care process. I finished my registrar training at the Royal Brisbane Hospital at the end of January 2020, and then started here basically the first day of February 2020, and I worked throughout last year as a hybrid fellow, which means that I did 3 days as a fellow, undertaking specialty training in body imaging, so basically anything from here to here, with a particular emphasis on MRI. I think that my background experience was extremely varied. I had a lot of rotations through surgical subspecialties as well as general medicine, emergency. I completed a research project in neuroradiology, and even though I'm not a neuroradiologist now, at the end of the day, I'm still always going to be a general radiologist. So all of these experiences in other fields has been essential to build my knowledge as a general radiologist. My first mentor would be Jane McInerney. She was instrumental in me joining Qscan in the first place. We met one another and she taught me so many things about paediatric radiology as well as other types of radiology. And then through that discussions, figured out that she worked at Qscan and learned a bit about what it's like here. Workplace flexibility is very important to me for a lot of different reasons. First of all, as I've mentioned, is I have an interest in breast imaging. When I expressed to Qscan that I had an interest in developing skills in this area, they were more than willing to be flexible with my rostering hours, to allow me time to train at breast screen and then to fit in working at breast screen as well. So that flexibility has allowed me to develop a whole new interest area, a whole new subspecialty area, which at the end of the day is only going to benefit Qscan by being able to bring those skills back here. I have a lot of interests outside of work, and the rostering people at Qscan have been more than happy to roster around my request, for example, being close to home on certain mornings, or when I want to go do a particular gym class or go for a run or have an event on the weekends. And I'm also in an orchestra, and so the rostering people are more than happy to roster me close by so I can make my rehearsals. We have a great sense of camaraderie here. Even though we might be working at a single doctor clinic for a lot of the time, we have a software system that allows us to message one another throughout the day. So we're constantly fielding messages back and forth, sending one another cases, sharing interesting cases, or asking one another questions if we have a tricky case or need a second opinion. We also have a really interesting case mix. So we see patients that come from GPs, subspecialists, hospital work and community work. So the variety of radiology work that we do is very varied, and it's extremely intellectually stimulating, which is very important to me. I find myself mentally challenged every day, constantly asking my colleagues for advice or opinions, and I love that challenge. So there's no day where we don't talk to multiple different radiologists. So I think the overall thing that I like most about here at Qscan is the people. It's so important to me to have a good team to work with.